Hey, what's up? It's Rashad, Antonio. We are the Calrissian Kids here for the Acolyte episode 6. Teach slash corrupt and all spoilers because so much happened. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna wrap this whole little episode up in like 3 minutes. So here I go. Basically this story takes place in three places. We have the unknown planet with Osha and the stranger, Coruscant, and then we have Soul and May on a ship. That sound all right, right?
Yeah, it sounds all right.
So let's talk about Osha and the stranger.
Okay.
Sexy Sith. So Sexy Sith and Osha, they are like he's basically took her in, patched her wound up, got some stew, you know what I'm saying, boiling, said, hey man, you can eat what you want. And he's out. He's not in his little lair because it looks like, it's a cave. So she's walking around like, oh my God, that, feeling herself. Like, I feel pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So she walks out and is trying to find your boy. Doesn't she take his lightsaber in the process?
After she follows him. She
follows him. And your man says, you know what?
He's gonna purify cells.
It's time to
purify cells in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yes,
but whatever that planet is, whatever.
So similar to our boy Amos Targaryen, minus a frontal nudity and just the nastiness of being a whorehouse, he gets naked and takes a soapless bath. I just want to talk about how your man had no washcloth. He had no soap. He just was. He said, you know what? The coarseness of the sea salt is going to exfoliate the dirt off of me.
Man, and like he really did go into the ocean with none of the things that we said, and he just took some water.
Splash. Let me get some of the Sith dirt off of me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he's walking back like. Can't say this out loud. So Osha's is on the bay. You know what I'm saying? On the shoreline.
She snatches up the lightsaber.
The rocket shores. He said, hey, say, you like how I feel, don't you? Why this man so sexy, yo? This is so horny right now. Like this
because my man went from being a straight cornball, little like that.
Nah, your man.
My man. Yo, he was diesel as hell under them robes, and he sat there.
Tony, I hate this show, but this is the clear. This is the clear analogy. Your man went from Steve to Stefan.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Stefan Sexy Sith is talking to Osha, and he's like, hey, I'm basically doing what a Sith does and just sowing seeds of discord and trying to get her to get her off her game and all that.
You wanna know what he's really doing? He's taking seducing her to the dark side to a whole nother level. He's doing.
So not only am I gonna be your master, I'm gonna be your master.
It's like we always hear. We always hear about when someone falls. They got seduced by the dark side.
Nah.
Yeah, we really did just see
your man walked out the water again, which is a clear phallic allegory. While she is holding his lightsaber, he walks out the water, butt ass naked.
Can I put my clothes on?
I'm like, I'm so vulnerable right now. Which let me put my clothes on. And she's like, yeah, go ahead, do
that. My man hit the Jodeci. He really wanted to hit it with the don't talk, just listen.
Baby, won't you just stay? For a little. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. Serious. Really, nothing happened this episode. Yeah. When so they get out and go back to the little lair, you know what I'm saying, talking, and before they go inside though, like he's like, she's obviously mad and wants to talk, and he's like, hey man, essentially you should just join the dark side. Like I want to, like, what do you want? I want the power of two, not the power of many. Right. Only two. So he's like, hey, I need you as my basically my acolyte, because your sister, she wasn't really about it. Like she only thing she wanted was revenge, and like I need more than just revenge. Yeah, essentially, like, and you got that.
He said she didn't want the same thing I wanted.
Yeah.
That's when he was like the power of two or something like.
Said
that or whatever.
She just wanted revenge.
Right. Also, what was funny too, with all of that, is like how welcoming he was to her and everything. Because he was like, hey, just use the force or whatever. And she's like, oh, when if she was like, are you a Jedi? He was like, long time ago. And she was like, there's nothing about you in the history book. He said, like I said, a long time ago.
Yeah, and which could imply is like that man is really, really old, or he's just lying.
Or he's just jumping from body to body as a Sith.
See, now, like, this is where like we come up with ideas as fans of like to make the show better than what it's ever going to be, because we know that's not going to happen. If that happens, wow! But yeah, it's too far fetched.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
So and then he also was telling her about and then she was like, well, if that's the case, that the more that you don't use the force or step away from it, the weaker your connection is. And he was like, that's not always true.
Who told you that?
Like Jedi, he was like, oh, there's other ways to do it. And she was like, what? He says, I can sense your anger. I can sense your hate. I can sense your fear. And she's like, those are paths to the dark side. He was like, from a certain point of view. He was like, he would like, it's from a certain point of view type thing, basically.
Dog schmark. You know what
I'm saying? You saw how I washed all them boys in a thing or whatever like that. And basically that entire, we're gonna just we're just gonna go with the sections where yeah. So staying right there, they're talking and he's also playing on her emotions, and it got kind of creepy for a second, made me think like, he was like, because she was like, where's So? Did you kill him? And then asked about her sister, and he's just like, you ask about him before your sister. He says, yeah. He says, is there? He's asking, is there something more than y'all, connection of just? He says, I know the Padawan and the Master is strong, but it was like he was implying like something else kind of was going on.
Yeah, that are like, like he's really just trying. He's all in her head. And she just doesn't understand what's going on, like a predator would do.
Yes, very much. So very much so. And later on, because he tells her, hey, because they're like on a little row of islands, and the islands are kind of close by. He was like, hey, you better swim if you want to get to the ship that's on this other island. You better swim before. I'm saying the seas are kind of rough, or you can wait until the high tide washes out. But she stayed there with him, and you see him repairing his helmet that was the courtesans with the courtesans in and stuff like that. And she's looking at him do that, and he looks at him and was like, courtesan. He was like, and he taps on him, was like, yeah, this is very helpful when you're dueling somebody with a lightsaber and stuff like that. Put it in there. And she was just like, yeah, I saw what you did, and she was like, basically like, how can you see with this thing on or whatever? And he's like, it's like when I put it on, he says, only thing, he says, I put it on, he says, you take with you whatever you put on, which is the force and whatever else you got going on with you. And you know, and that's what he said, because that's what he said. He said you take with you the force and everything else, and you can block everything else out or whatever. Because you
Yeah, he
saw,
said it was like the deprivation mask they wore as younglings. You know how they hit
mm-hmm.
little fake things on to be trying to
Oh
feel the
yeah,
force to hit. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and he basically was saying, he was like, he looked at her and was like, "Want to try it
hmm,
on?" And she's like,
well,
"Want to give it a go?" And she was like, "No, I'm good. I don't need that type stuff or whatever." And that's kind of really all.
yeah, also don't forget about like the most heated part when it was outside and he was really pressing her and she likes a lightsaber to his neck.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? She was
that's
like, she got because she got him. I'm sorry, he got her pissed, and she was like I mean, like really close. And he was
yeah,
like, so are you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that whole the hate and the anger stuff came out, and she was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, because he was pressing her saying like, "Oh, the Jedi just threw you away.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like they
yeah,
threw me
yeah,
away." And what he said, just
yeah,
accept it. They did. That's what she, yeah, she
yeah,
ignited. And
yeah,
I mean, she had it like literally inches,
yeah.
centimeters away from decapitating dude or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's the thumbnail, and then she cools down, goes back inside, and puts the helmet on
Yeah,
herself, which you cannot see out of
right. No, you
at
can't.
all. Like it's yeah. So he's definitely
And you
he's
saw like a little,
strong. He's
and you
strong in the force.
and you saw like a little call to Darth Vader with her having the
Yeah,
helmet
the
on
breathing.
and the
Yeah, yeah,
hard
yeah,
breathing and it
yeah.
fading to black and you still hear the breathing during the credits and stuff like that. Yeah,
Cute.
it was a deprivation. It was like almost a deprivation tank having her
Yeah,
that helmet on or whatever. So that's basically everything that happened with them on that island.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
talk about back in Coruscant with Vanessa Rowe. So
something's up with her, yo.
yeah, very suspect. So Soul calls while he's on the ship, makes a distress call.
Mm-hmm.
Her apprentice is like, hey, Soul made a distress call and we can't get in contact with him anymore. What you want to do? And she's like,
You remember he said he made mention of the entire team
yeah, yeah, the entire
is
team is dead.
is dead, and she was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, we going to go see
We
what's
gotta
up."
go. So essentially, her and a whole little convoy of Jedi go.
Mm-hmm.
Just to intertwine those two stories. When they arrive,
Mm-hmm.
Soul leaves. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll get back to Soul in a second. They get on the
And
planet.
they notified Soul. They was
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
yeah.
Soul, don't move. We are coming in. We be there in a few seconds." Soul was like, "Please." He turned everything off
And
and jumped
bounced.
into hyperspace. And literally, like 3 seconds later, they jump into hyperspace where he's at on the planet. On what Kilnaka was the planet that Kilnaka was on.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh
yeah.
huh.
I don't know. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Anyway, so they go back to
Mm-hmm.
the planet and basically follow the same steps that everybody's followed. Talk to the random dudes at the
Kofar.
little, yeah, Kafar. Talk to the
Mm-hmm.
random dudes that go into the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
find everybody dead. And she was like, yeah, we gotta
What do you
prepare
do?
this.
But she was like, she was telling her Padawan that could have because when they talked to the people at the port first, it was saying, yeah, some of those bug things had hatched and they been terrorizing people. And he was like, yeah, maybe that's what killed the Jedi. And she was like, nah, let's
Nope.
go. And they go in the forest and they see the bodies and they looking and she just says, do you notice something? What do you notice? And they're all, and he's look. I'm like, y'all some idiots. How can you not notice this like off the bat? He's like, and she's like, they're all being killed by lightsaber, you know, lightsaber scars and stuff. And probably the best thing that happened in the episode was one of those bug things was coming towards her. She sensed it. She whipped out her purple lightsaber, and then it turns into a whip and it cuts it in half, goes back straight, and she puts it away. I said, "Oh, that's new."
Her apprentice is a little hoe. He's scary.
He went, ah.
So scary.
Yeah,
Like he's gonna die. I can't wait for him to die.
yeah,
All right,
and something is up with her. Like,
and something weird. Also,
yeah,
back before they left, they had some sort of conversation with a senator. He was like, "Hey, we got some young senator on the come up trying to like start some beef with y'all."
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Y'all always been on, on the up and up
Up
with
and up.
us, so
Yeah.
it ain't no stress. Of course, this whole cover up thing
Right.
could easily play into that, and why the
And
descent
they
of,
was talking about giving them even more power, like the Jedi even more power,
bro, how
like
much power do they need, yo? Like,
right, yeah.
it's crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get to Soul and May. So Soul and May, of course, May act like she was OSHA, come on the ship. My little tracker homie, he knew it wasn't the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the funniest part of this whole thing is him trying to find the charger for the Pip's
Yeah,
head.
for the Pip droid.
That was funny. That's like a real life story. Like, oh, that ain't it. So gets
Mm-hmm.
it charged up. OSHA ends up taking it because he's like, look, you not. I mean, May ends up taking it. He's like, yo, you are not OSHA. You look like
Mm-hmm.
her, but you don't smell like her. And he's
And
like,
even the Pip droid knew it won't hurt either.
yeah. She factory resetted that man.
Yeah, she didn't know without she factory reset and how she did it. Y'all gonna laugh for those of y'all that maybe ain't seen it. Y'all just watching it. She factory reset it like version 1 of an iPhone. She pushed the button. She's like she pushed the side button and a button on the front of it. That's how she factory
And like
reset it.
hit it with the 10, 9, 8.
And then it turned red. And I'm
Yo,
dead serious. And then it turned red. And I was like, yo, she iPhone 1 factory reset this thing.
yes. And it made me chuckle inside my
Yeah.
little nerdy brain. Yeah, so I think the most frustrating part of this whole episode is the whole Soul and May interaction
Because
because
I'm gonna tell you what's pissing me off too. I was like, I don't think he realized that wasn't May until he finally got himself together. Because he was like really like
yeah, he was like,
all
"Oh,
over.
can you go find what's going on with
Yeah.
the ship?" Because the ship basically lost power, and
Mm-hmm.
she's a mechanic, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, go find what's wrong with the ship." That's why she ended up finding Pip, rebooting it, did a whole little system overhaul to see what's going on. It'd be back on in 5 minutes. The whole time she is contemplating to kill this dude and
Mm-hmm.
never does, which pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
He is contemplating telling her what's going on and
Yeah.
then never does. Like
Yeah.
that whole mystery of what happened on the planet of the witches,
Yeah.
like that better be an amazing shocker because right now
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care what happened
I
because
mean,
they've dragged it out for so long, yo. Like they've
mm-hmm.
made a lot of other things known, but like this right here, this
Yeah.
again,
And,
this I'm sorry if I forget. This series could have been, like I said, it could have been 6 episodes.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So he he's like, oh, you can tell he's flustered about something, and he's like, and she's asking, like, well, what happened on Brendock? And he's like, yeah. And it's like every time he's about to tell her, they wanted to do like a little, oh, we're not gonna tell you yet, because something like the
Oh, the
lights
ship's
came
back
back,
on. You know what I'm
the
saying?
ship is back on, everything like that. And so she's she's about to do something. I can't remember exactly what she was about to do. And he finally stuns her. He
Yeah.
stuns her with the. He finally realized what it was. He stuns her, and he after he stuns her, that's when Vanessa Rowe contacted him and said, "Hey, we about to get ready to come in. Don't stay where you are." And he was like, "Yeah, right." He turned off all his stuff, and you saw the little tracker go like, "Yo, like what the hell are you doing, bro?"
Like, yeah,
And
I'm trying to go back home. You know what I'm saying?
right, and they jump into hyperspace, and
Like,
they don't show where they're going. And May comes to, and she's on the table, and she can't move or whatever. And then they kind of put so kind of shadow wise, like what like they're trying to set up him being, what I'm saying, being a Sith or something, or a bad or a dark
yeah,
Jedi or something.
yeah.
And he's like, and then he's standing over her, and he's like, all right, I'm about to tell you what happened on Brenda, and I'm gonna talk, and what you're gonna do is shut up and listen, basically. And that's when it faded to black, and you saw the scene where OSHA was back at the cave, and she put the helmet on. And about one more thing, Vanessa Rowe did say, because she's looking when they was examining the dead Jedi bodies and stuff, and she's seeing the lightsaber wounds and stuff, and her Padawan was like, "Yo, who could have took out all of these Jedi like this? Like, was it a master?" And then she was like, she said, so he was like, "You think a master turned to the dark side?" And she was like, "Hmm." And then he was like, "Do you think Master Soul did it?" And she was like, "I'm not presuming nothing. Yes." She basically was like,
that's a strong accusation.
"That's a strong accusation." And she's like, "Yes, I am making that." And she's like, "I am making that accusation." So you have on the three situations right now, you have Osha being seduced by the dark side by Chimera. I'm gonna call him Q because he cute, right?
and trying to be seduced out of her drawers.
right, and trying to be seduced out of her drawers.
Can I get to the
yes, sweet yam, show me the way. And then you have Vanessa Rowe, who's very suspicious, and she believes that Soul has turned to the dark side, and she's the one that thinks that he took out she thinks he took out the away team they sent. And then you have Soul, who's just like in shambles, because he even said, he's like, "Yo, I've been holding on this for 16 years." And I said to myself, I've always known what I would say to you if I ever saw you again. And now he's about to like basically confess his sins or whatever happened on that, on that planet. That's basically the episode.
Yeah, we did as much entertaining as we could through this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this no real, I mean, other than, I mean, okay, Tony. No real revelations like happen in this episode. And for episode 5 to be such a peak, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're heading down to the valley too fast. Even if
which one was that? Was that when they first got to
no, when they, when everybody died, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6, my bad.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, after the whole fight and all that good stuff, like for this episode to be just so nothing like this, the story really didn't move forward. Like, no, it didn't. For real.
It just kept giving like cliffhangers. And my thing
is, like
we are past the point of you don't do a cliffhanger in this. You do a cliffhanger in the penultimate episode. That's when you would do a cliffhanger going into the finale. Because looking at this right now, I think this was supposed to have been 6 episodes. Because look at it like this, Rashad. Episode 1 and 2 basically was the same episode, a continuation. Episode 3 was the flashback, which is a standalone. Episode 4 was another standalone. And episode 5 and 6 should have been one big episode. That was when they first got the Kafar, and you saw the fight and and all that stuff like that. And then this should have been the penultimate episode, and next episode should be the finale.
Because this has how many episodes in the season? 8. Yeah,
we got 2 more episodes.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, we should have been done with this. Right. Because I feel like they had the material. I'm not sure if they didn't have enough material, or the show order was for 8 episodes, and they really had 6. So they had to divvy this up in a way so they can make it to 8. Because 3 of these episodes is very unnecessary as standalone episodes. So we could have easily just combined them joints. So that's my own, like, conceptually, like, I really like this show. Execution wise, this is kind of where I want, to be honest, how I felt about Obi-Wan. Because Obi-Wan did the same thing. Like, yo, this could have just been one whole episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was like really trying to stretch it out.
Obi-Wan really did drag.
Or Tony, they could have did this. They could have did like how Netflix does. They could have dropped 4 and then dropped the other 4.
Yeah.
And that would have made for a much more enjoyable watch, because I could have seen the whole thing progress. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah, I don't know. Like, I really hope episode 7 really smacks us in the face like episode 5 did.
7 and 8 has to bring it home for real. 7 and 8
for real. Like this mystery better be mysterious as hell. Because if it's not, it's gonna be very it's gonna be a very disappointing. I hate saying that, but it is. Yeah.
And yeah, we want to reiterate that we do like the show for what it is, but it's just pacing is really throwing us off.
That's the word.
Pacing is really
Yo.
pacing is really throwing a wrench into that. I don't want nobody to think that we are like people who really do love this show. The few that are out there like that, we don't want you to think that we are some of these other ones that are hating on the show
Nah, that's not
just
what we
because.
do.
No, that's not us. No, we like the show, but the pacing is the pacing is killing us.
Yeah, that's definitely the Achilles heel of the show is has been the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2 more episodes. Hopefully we'll see who the actual master is.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, we need to see a real Sith.
Yeah.
Seeing how he's an acolyte. That's a third.
Yeah. So
we got to see who the actual master is, because your boy's not the master. He's trying to kill the
Mm-hmm.
master.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I mean, because even Leslie Healing described May, originally as what's my girl that was just in oh my god, what's the character?
Asajj Ventress.
Yeah. Compared to Asajj, so how Asajj was with Dooku,
Sith
and
assassin.
Dooku was with good old Palpatine. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it for this, man. If y'all like something that we didn't like or anything, just type in the comments. If you want to watch something where dialogue and intrigue is done like in a really well mannered way, go back to our reviews of House of the Dragon. Season 2, episode 3 was another banger. And
before we wrap, anything else you watching right now, Rashad?
Not really. I just finished a couple of days ago. I just finished the last season, the latest season of Demon Slayer, the show that you're never gonna watch. Hashira Training, which is it's gonna lead us into basic. It should be like the last, but no, they gonna stretch it out. It's gonna be 3 more seasons. But yeah, technically, it should be the last season of that show.
Okay.
And also I watched the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. That's like the origin story, whether before the actual series.
Where'd you see that? Where'd you see that at?
It's on Netflix. There's a movie. Yeah, and that was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a series or just a movie?
Just a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, they got two seasons of that, but then they had like a
Are both seasons on Netflix?
No, the first season is.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to find the second season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, but other than that, like, nah, I just been, I've kind of been engulfed in House of the Dragon.
Right. I mean, yeah. Well, for me, of course, watching The Boys or whatever. I think we got
of course, The Boys.
We got 2 more episodes of The Boys.
Yeah, and I'm about done with them, yo. I'm so done. Like I need for that thing to wrap up. Man, I can't take no more.
Because you know one thing, they haven't done nothing super crazy.
Nah,
like they did the last.
Yeah,
I mean, the last episode was kind of wild with the barn animals and everything.
Yeah, that was. It wasn't wild. It was weird. You know what I'm saying?
Weird. Like the last season, like with of course the orgies thing and stuff, like the superhero orgy, like a lot of stuff was wild for that.
Yeah,
I just
urethra explosion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, tickle. Yeah, wild as hell. So, what I did finish watching, the season finale just came this past Sunday as well, but I just saw it yesterday. Good God, the show was so good. Interview with the Vampire. Man, let me tell you, this season was so good as far as dialogue, story building, and the way it ended. I was like, oh man, is there going to be a season 3? Is it going to be a season 3? But it did drop that there will be a season 3 of Interview with the Vampire. And basically, it's going to pick up with the next book from the Anne Rice series, basically revolving around the vampire Lestat or whatever. But That was a very good season. I recommend anybody who haven't seen season 1 or 2, please go see it. Our guy from Game of Thrones, Grey Worm, aka Jacob Anderson, is like, this show opened my eyes up to him as such a phenomenal actor. That man is a really great actor, and if he's just nominated for something, I would be happy. I hope he's nominated, and I hope this show gets a couple of nominations for Emmys, but we'll see how that goes.
Also, just ongoing, been watching a really good anime called Windbreaker.
Okay.
That's like the it's a couple of things that for me that I love about a good shonen anime, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like when the antagonists really are trying to be decent people,
But people won't allow them to be.
not even that, but then they're trying to have other people be decent too, like the dynamics of the team in this show, like it's really like, yo, you know, the show is really about
What's that?
being there for your friends. Like that's the real
Okay.
theme of the show. And
Okay.
also being there for your friends is showing grace to others. That's all the show is about.
Interesting.
Like on a macro scale.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it in a way where it's not like corny or cheesy, but it's like, man, like, yo, like,
I get it.
friends are good. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be like, of course, if you're a kid, you watching at 12, you just wait for the fights. But like
Right.
when you get like that's what's really the show is about. There, and it's not like Attack on Titan where there is this nihilism about the world. There's a very clear delineation between like, yo, we good, we really don't like them, but we're still gonna be good because we should be good. You know what I'm saying?
That's another show I said I need to get in. I know a lot of people are very big fan base for Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan was that show, yo. Like Attack on Titan was. Yo. If you don't, okay. You ain't
And I
gotta
hear the
watch.
soundtrack is
You ain't
fantastic.
even. Hell yeah. You ain't even gotta watch Demon Slayer. Watch Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Matter of fact, watch AOT first.
Attack on Titan first.
Yes, watch Attack on Titan first.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're gonna speed run that jump.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Tony. First episode, you're gonna be like, what the hell is this?
Okay.
I'm telling you, yo. Like
Listen, I'm on vacation next week, so
yeah. Treat yourself. You know what I'm saying?
definitely will do that.
But other than that, I'm trying to figure out if I watch anything else.
The other thing I'm watching too is Power Book 2 Ghost. We get ready. The mid-season finale is coming up this week, and then it'll return in September for the series finale, because this is the last season of Power Book 2 Ghost. So it's been pretty cool to see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's it for all I got, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also watched Prey. The like kind of the prequel Predator.
Oh yeah.
Movie.
Oh god, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I watched that like one day. Also, really random. I watched Inside Out 2 with the family. It's better than the first one.
I haven't seen the first one. I said I was going to watch that too. I know it's on Disney Plus.
I hate that movie so much. And I was like, I did not feel like watching this crap with y'all. But yeah, that was it was
making bank right now in the
theater. Oh yeah. As it should, because the demographic for that movie is like Maddie age. They're like 14, 15, 16, 17 now. So they're going back for nostalgia. Plus, the younger kids have seen Inside Out because that's like hey, let's throw something on at school. You know what I'm saying? That we could talk about feelings and SEL and all that stuff. And it's, yeah, that's how Disney gets y'all every time. You know what I'm saying? But Inside Out 2 was okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So next big movie coming out.
Oh, you already know.
Is it next week? We got the next.
What's that?
Wolverine.
Oh, that's like end of the month. That's like the
26th. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the 25th. Matter of fact, yeah, 25th, 26th.
Okay, yeah. So we got Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine. There was another movie I saw a trailer for. I'm interested in to see what's up. It stars another Game of Thrones alum called The Beast Within that stars Kit Harington, aka Jon Snow. It looks like it might be like a werewolf type movie, like a not quite a horror movie, but you know what I'm saying, like a suspense horror type movie. I'm interested in to see what that is about. Whatever. I don't know when that's coming out. I think they just showed a trailer for it, so I'm pretty sure it's coming out sometime later on this year.
No, that's what's up.
Cool.
Yeah, I ain't got enough of that, man. Like, yeah. We see you guys next Monday.
Peace out, folks.